welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Zoe. I am a homebody who loves all things cozy, cats, books, tea, coffee, cozy drinks, cozy home, cozy hobbies. I am a cozy enthusiast, and I'm so glad that you're here. Thank you for clicking on this video. If you have clicked on this video, chances are you are diamond painting and you want to learn more about how to section off your canvas using washi tape. I'm really excited to do this video. It is the first of its kind. I have not yet attempted to do any other kind of like how-to or tutorial or educational video around diamond painting. I have expressed my love for diamond painting in like my vlogs, and I've done some whip and chats, and I've done hauls of kits, but I've never done like an educational video. So I'm really excited to do this. This is definitely one of the most common questions that I get in either like my YouTube videos or on my Instagram, so I'm really excited to dive into this with y'all. I have been diamond painting for almost a year. It'll be a year in March, and I have used washi tape since my very first kit. I really like it, and I prefer using it to section off specifically like larger canvases, and find it really helpful. It's definitely like a vital part of prepping and navigating and executing my diamond paintings. So this video will obviously be an overview of that, how I do it. I will include chapters in the video, so if you want to skip around, feel free. And if you find this video helpful, I would love if you subscribed. If you haven't already, leave a comment. Also, feel free to comment any questions or topics that you would like to see future videos of. I am happy to see what I can do to put those together. Really quick, before we jump into how I use washi tape, and I will get like a camera overview of how I do that, and we'll walk through it together. I want to preface this video that I am not claiming to be the expert on how to section off your canvas. This is very much like my way of doing it. I would categorize this as a fairly laid back approach to sectioning off my canvas. It's certainly not rocket science. I am not a perfectionist, and I don't care to be. I'm not even claiming that this is like the easiest or most efficient way to do this. There are other various ways to approach your diamond painting. Some people use something called release papers, where they will like cover their whole painting and then they can use those papers. Some people don't even section off at all, and they just lift up the plastic and work like that. So I would just encourage you ultimately to explore, figure out what you enjoy doing the most, what makes you feel the most excited and the most sort of in that creative artistic flow. That is what you should do. This is what worked for me, and I think you will see that I really like aesthetics and the way things look when I am doing anything artistic. I will prioritize that above most other things. So when you watch the way that I section off my canvas, you may be going, Zoe, why are you doing that? And I'll call that out later in the video, but just wanted to give that preface. Ultimately, sectioning off your canvas is very easy. It's very simple, but I remember being someone that was new and really unsure how to approach it. And so I'm hoping that this video will encourage anyone maybe new to the hobby who isn't quite sure and wants to just get the information before they get started. You've come to the right place. So with that said, let's go ahead and jump in, and we will talk all about washi tape, diamond painting, and sectioning off our canvases. Okay, I have moved to my dining room, so the audio may be a little bit more echoey because this room is a little bit bigger, but I have my current work in progress in front of me. This is called The Tea Party. This is from Diamond Art Club, and the artwork is by the wonderful Ivy Dollamore. It's so cute, isn't it? This is such a wonderful kit, and it is big. This is an 87 by 65, so this is the perfect kit to show how to section off your canvas because it needs a lot of sectioning. Before we get into the how-to, I have with me a lot of washi tape. This is certainly not even close to the stash that I do have, but I just pulled out a handful to kind of show for example. For those that are not familiar, this is washi tape. It looks like this and comes in these little individual rolls, and they're all kinds of different colors and styles and patterns. All kinds of companies make them. Washi tape is actually fairly new. It was invented in 2006, which I thought was so interesting. It is used the most amongst various crafting communities for crafting purposes. That's pretty much what it was created for. It's kind of decorative and it has a low tack adhesive, which makes it really easy to stick onto something and then also remove it when you need to or if you need to. Here's some various styles that I have. So much fun, so bright and colorful. Here are a few more. And here's a couple more too. So cute, so fun. I really, really love washi tape. They are just very fun and somewhat addicting to collect, honestly. Like I've already kind of mentioned in the intro, washi tape is often used to section off diamond painting canvases. You can actually see on mine right here, this is washi tape that is sectioned off what is already completed and then what has yet to be completed. I highly recommend doing this for larger kits especially. It really just helps take something that seems really intimidating and section it out into smaller bite-sized pieces. And you would be surprised at how quickly your kit starts to move along when you move like section by section and have these little goals along the way. Here is also some more washi tape. This has been, I don't know what I was thinking, I'm gotta be honest, but this actually is kind of a perfect kit to use to demonstrate how to navigate using washi tape on diamond painting kits. Because as you can see, these are two different kinds of washi tape, which is also different than that washi tape. My cat, Banks, loves to steal my washi tape and bat it around our living room floor. So oftentimes my washi tape goes missing and then I have to use various different kinds. So we have a hodgepodge of washi tape around this canvas so far. What you'll also notice with the kit in front of me is that this unfinished side does not have a border. There's no washi tape border, unlike this side. And that actually brings me to my very first kind of talking point when it comes to sectioning your canvases, and that is creating a washi tape frame around your entire canvas. I've got to be honest, I don't know what I was thinking by not framing this. I think I just was so excited to get into this kit, and maybe it was like too big for my desk at the time and I just didn't want to section off the border. But please learn from my mistake. The very first thing you want to do when you get a diamond painting kit, I highly, highly recommend creating a frame with washi tape around your canvas. Let me zoom in and we will get into that. I am going to gather my supplies that I use for sectioning off and preparing my canvas, and that is washi tape, of course. Also, one of these ceramic pen cutters. These are very, very helpful. Highly recommend them. I find them on Amazon personally. They just have like the tiniest little tip on the end right there, if you can see that. And it is like the perfect little size and shape to cut through the plastic on your canvas. I also really like working with these small embroidery scissors. You can grab normal size scissors too, but I find these really handy, a little bit more like friendly to use when I'm working with smaller crafty things. And then the last thing I like to have on hand is clear masking tape. I'm sure you're questioning what this is for, and I will definitely get to it. The very first thing you want to do is obviously get out your diamond painting that you are wanting to work on. I recommend first finding a nice big flat surface, especially depending on the size, to lay out your diamond painting canvas completely. That can even be on the floor if you want to. Just somewhere that is like a big, large, nice flat surface is going to be really helpful. The next thing you're going to do is you're just going to pick up this plastic covering that is covering the canvas, and you're going to pull it back gently so that it's sort of resting here halfway. And now we have the sticky side showing. I'm then going to take my washi tape and I'm going to start to frame the outside edge here. What I haven't mentioned yet is why. So every diamond painting kit, at least any that I have worked on, is going to have a little bit of overflow where the poured glue is outside of the drill bed and the artwork itself. This honestly attracts so much dust and fur if you have pets, and sometimes I get like my sleeves like stuck in it. So this just, you would think that just because it's so small that it wouldn't, but it really truly is just a magnet for attracting those kinds of things. So creating a frame is really, really helpful to obviously deter that from happening. And what's helpful is that it can peel off when you're done with it. So you don't have to keep the frame around it once you're done. I actually peel all of mine off. And what I do is I hold it down here and I pull it in my hand and very gently go across the canvas. What you obviously really want to make sure of is that you're not crossing over into the drill bed or on the artwork itself. That could cause trouble if you're trying to pull up the washi tape later and drills are starting to pop off because they are half stuck to the canvas and half sitting on top of your tape. Like that. We're just going to slide it over and keep going. Because washi tape comes in such fun colors and styles and aesthetic, I really like to pick one that matches sort of the canvas that I'm working on. I find that really, really fun. Once you are done with that end, you can go ahead and push the plastic back so that it's covering it. And you're all set. One thing I haven't mentioned yet is the quality of washi tape that you're using definitely matters. Washi tape was created to be, like I said earlier, very low tack. So some washi tape does not work as well as others. Some I find are stickier than others and seem to adhere really well to the canvas itself or the plastic itself, and some do not. Some companies like Diamond Art Club, they do include washi tape in their kits, and I've actually found Diamond Art Club's washi tape to be pretty good quality. Better even than the quality that I find at like Hobby Lobby or Target. This washi tape, for example, I love these patterns. They're some of my favorites, and I found these at Hobby Lobby, and I bought a ton of them. However, the unfortunate thing is that this washi tape from Hobby Lobby, it's really not high quality. And so I will find that it pretty easily will like start to peel up and come up, and my sleeves get caught on it. So this is where my masking tape comes in handy, and I will go ahead and I will tear a little piece of masking tape off, and I will just place it down on top of the end of where I have left the washi tape, and it sticks to the canvas. Now, could I probably purchase higher quality washi tape so I didn't have to also use masking tape on top of it? Yes, absolutely. I probably could do that, but like I said, I really like the aesthetic of some of these washi tapes from Hobby Lobby that I have found, and I want to use them. I definitely want to use them. So if I have to use a little bit of masking tape to make it work, then I will. Of course, I ran out of the green washi tape too. This kit is such a hodgepodge of washi tapeness. It's kind of funny. Honestly, kind of fitting though, because there's so much going on in the artwork that why shouldn't there be so much going on with the washi tape? Am I right? Okay. Fold that back over. We're gonna use a little masking tape here. Honestly, using masking tape, seriously, game changer for me, because I love sectioning off my canvas, but the way that things sometimes pull up, it's so annoying. So that was my new best friend when I started using that. Okay, so now you are seeing a top-down view of what I plan to be working on, creating my next section on my canvas. I'm working on this canvas sideways because it's longer this way. So that is why it's sideways. I like to work on my canvases, and this is totally by preference. I like to work on my canvases from the top down and from left to right. I find that the easiest, I like it the most, and it just works for me. Some people work on theirs from the bottom up, all that stuff, but I like working on the top down from left to right. Before I start this, I definitely want to say, do not stick your washi tape to the canvas itself. Make sure you are sticking the washi tape on top of the plastic. It's going to be really, really difficult to peel back up if you put it on the canvas. This is meant to go on top of the plastic sheet. Now, my other personal preference is that I like to section off only one row at a time. So I'm not going to do the rest of this. I'm not sectioning off my entire canvases. Again, that's a preference. Some people like to do it. I find it very tedious, and I find that it falls apart quickly. Like, it just gets messy. I like to kind of see what I have left too, and stopping and kind of like sectioning off my canvas gives me a little bit of a breather when I'm working on kits, and I kind of get to like reset and restart and organize how I want to approach the next row. Totally a preference, but that's how I like to do it. Now, I do not like to measure at all. So if you came here for measuring, I don't like to measure. I don't like to math. That's not what we do here, okay? Math is a scary word. I'm not a math girly. If that is part of your creative flow, and if you really, really like to measure things out, if you want to kind of like take the measurements of what this canvas is and then divide it by like how many rows and how many columns you want, go for it. Highly recommend if that's what you enjoy doing and it gets you like excited to approach your project. I am not that way. I kind of go through and just adjust my sizes as I see fit. Because this is a square kit, there's been a lot of confetti. I have enjoyed working on smaller sections personally. So I would say like right about there feels really approachable for me. I always do a fair amount of overhang here on this end, and I tuck it under the kit so it's more secure. Another really big thing, and I would say that this is honestly the biggest tip that I have for this video. You want to make sure that when you are placing your washi tape that you are placing it in the middle of the drill field section. Okay, let me rephrase that. You know how there's all of these different little symbols? You want to place it in the middle of a line of symbols. This way, when we are cutting the plastic off of our little section, we have a very clear stop and start of where we are going with our section when we're working. Let me go ahead and actually place this down. And then again, I'm gonna tuck this under and stick it like that. And then we're gonna continue this all the way across. And again, I'm placing down in the middle of the symbols all the way across this same line. And I'll use my scissors to cut. And I will also tuck this underneath. Okay, and now we have this whole next row to now create some little individual squares. What I like to do is I like to create the best looking square that I can, a square shape. I have experimented with doing like longer rectangles and wider rectangles, but I find that if they're too wide or too long, my hand where I'm diamond painting sometimes like gets stuck or sticks to the canvas. So I like to make squares. I find them the most happy making and the easiest. Keep my scissors close by for this one. And now, like I said, we're just gonna make squares. I'm gonna place my washi tape again in the middle of the symbols. I know I'm a broken record, but I promise doing it haphazardly or intentionally like right on the line of a symbol, you sometimes like don't get that accurate cut. And so it's easier to have like a little bit of wiggle room when you're making that perforated cut to cut out your plastic. I like to cut the washi tape so that it's overlapping on this end, and then I leave a little bit of like a flap right here, and I'm gonna come back to that. So now we're just gonna go across and keep making all of these squares. And sometimes, because I don't measure when I get to the end, sometimes my sections are like a little bit smaller than when I started or a little bit bigger than when I started, but I don't really mind. I will sacrifice that if I don't have to measure. So you see how already as I've been moving the kit that this has pulled up from the bottom of where I tucked it. This is where my masking tape comes to the rescue. And I'm gonna go ahead and I pull a longer piece off for this and I just secure to the back with tape. It's not the cutest process. Like I said, it's not the most efficient or the best, but it works for me. Okay, so now we have our sections. This is so exciting. I'm almost done. I just have to clean up some of these edges. This is a hazard again for easily peeling up. So this is where I'm gonna take my pen blade and I'm just gonna trim off all of these edges. It's very satisfying actually. There we go. Edges are trimmed up, and now the last thing I have to do is also apply masking tape. I feel like people are gonna come for me in the comments for doing this because it's probably like, I don't know, it's definitely not like the smartest method, I guess, but I really don't wanna waste this washi tape, y'all, and I don't think I'll use it. Like, this is what I purchased it for. I'm open to feedback and suggestions, but it is what it is. We all have sort of our little like creative vices and shortcuts and things that work for us. And I also really like making creative content with my diamond painting, like TikTok videos, Instagram videos, and stuff like that. So like the aesthetics of it matter a little bit to me because I'm taking those things into consideration when I am filming. It's like, you know, what looks cool, or like what matches the canvas that I'm working on, like what kind of pops of color can I use? So this is just what I do. Okay, we have all of our sections now complete. We have successfully gone ahead and sectioned off our next row to work on. So when I go to diamond paint tonight, what I will do is I will go ahead and cut off this little section here, and I will work only on this section. And I will actually cut all the way at the top here to the top down. So I'll work on all of this section under this piece of washi tape, and then the same goes for this next section. So when I work on this section and I've completed this, I'll cut down here and I'll peel this all the way down, and so I'll be working on this part of the canvas as well. I'll actually just go ahead and demonstrate because I think that may be the easiest way to show y'all. So I'm gonna take my little pen blade and I'm gonna make as precise a cut I can just down here. This is how I like to do it. I actually hold my drills above the section I'm working on, and I like to have the plastic pulled down this way. So if I need to take a break or I want to be done working on the canvas, I can go ahead and I can just flip it back up. Let me go ahead and show you. And because of where we place the washi tape, I am cutting again in the middle of these symbols. So now I should be able to just peel this entire plastic section back. I like to then kind of press it over, and it's holding over just fine like that. It's hanging out. And now say for an hour I'm placing drills, but I didn't finish yet, I can go ahead and I can just place that piece of plastic right back on there. So it is preserved and ready for me to work on it when I come back. Alrighty, y'all. Well, that is the video. That's how I section off my canvas with washi tape. Please let me know down in the comments if you enjoyed this video or if you have any other ideas for other diamond painting videos like this. I would love to hear them. Let me know if you found this useful at all. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day wherever you are, and I will see you soon in my next video. Bye!